What's going on, YouTube? It's Donnie all day. I'm pretty pumped. I'm pretty pumped. I'm psyched because I got a package from the Kukri House, KHHI Nepal. How many H's are there? This came in. This is the dbad Zombie Slayer. Holy Moses! Ever since 1932, when the first zombie movie was made, starring Bela Lugosi, aka Dracula, zombie isms and zombie lore has just taken off. And I wanted to make a blade that would pay homage to the zombie culture. And it was really, really important for me to get a couple things in this design. One was the ability to lop off a head or get into a brain. And the second was I needed to pay homage to the zombie itself. The bite through anything, steal eating, or take a bite out of crime. Zombie. So when I developed this knife, I had to have a bite mark. And I have to say, I was talking to the owner over at the Kukri House. Look at this sheath, is beautiful. The sheath is beautiful. And he was telling me how going forward, they really, really want to stress on build quality and all that. And they're really, really pushing themselves and going to new ends to make sure that all their knives are going to be very, very high quality. And the reason I say that is because he finished this and got ready to scent it. And then when he inspected it, he was like, you know what? There's something I could do better. And that's the reason it took longer to get it, because he wasn't happy with the finished product. He wanted it to be better. And I have to say, he succeeded. I mean, fit and finish on a handmade knife usually isn't really that remarkable, but this knife, look at the weld on the guard is welded to the blade. Look at how clean this is. That is super, super nice. So he did a great job. Oh, great job. First, let's go over the specs. And this is a banging knife. This isn't your bushcraft knife. We're not gonna go out there and cut twine with this knife. I want to go out to the hardest piece of dead wood I have out there laying around, and I want to swing away. And that's what we're gonna do. So the dbad Zombie Slayer, 12-inch blade, 5.5-inch grip, and I gotta say, I did a great job on this grip because it is super comfortable, and they did an even better job of knocking it out of the freaking park. We are looking at a chirrud blade, so you can see that concave right here, and it is amazing. The way that they constructed it is just amazing. It's actually a double chira with a convex edge, and that gives it just good edge security as far as strength. Wonderful. I love it. You can even see that diamond shaped tip for strength. It is wonderful. It is a 1/4-inch blade stock, micarta scales. I have to read it. I'm the one who designed it. I read it. Micarta scales, and it is 52-100 steel of true full tang badassness. I have to say that is really clean. I mean, some of the older ones you'd notice in here, maybe they weren't 100% even or this and that, and they don't have to be. I mean, if this knife wasn't 100% even, it wouldn't matter, because you can see it's, obviously it's a little off there, but it's a handmade knife. It's all hand ground. And for that to look like that, that's pretty darn impressive, I'd say. So one of the things I wanted when I came up with this design is, you see this spine is flat, but then it curves up. So normally the spine will be flat until the break of the clip point. What I did is I wanted that clip point to have a nice little exaggeration right here, and this needed to sweep up because I didn't want it to look like a bite out of a clip point. I wanted it to look like something bit it and ripped it, and that's why it curls up. And I have to say, the guys over at the Kukri House, this is absolutely butter smooth, nailed. And I want to make sure I give credit where credit is due. It was Lak Bahadur Lama. This was the guy who made this knife. And I mean, credit where credit is due. he absolutely smashed it. The design, the weight. I know I'm talking about the design. I designed it, but I'm going to give myself credit on the design because this thing came out phenomenal. I don't know if the Cougar House has ever made a blade just so awesome. So let's take it outside. Oh, we had to get this thing out in the sunshine, obviously. Well, we can't test it outside and not be in the sunshine because it's Arizona. We're loaded with sunshine. I want to give that look. I want to give that look. This thing is insane. The bite mark looks realistic. It is absolutely amazing how good of a job they did. Balance, always in a dbad design. Now it's going to be a little more weighted to the front, and the reason is because this is supposed to be a swinger and a hacker. This isn't a delicate blade. You're not going to be doing fine work with this. Can you? Yeah, sure, if you really want, but that's not what it's for. This thing is an absolute bring it out, hack with it, carry it for self-defense, anything. A guy with no working thumb can twirl this. It's just super badass. When they said they could accomplish it, they knew what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Gotta make sure the sun's not right in the lens here. All right, so let's take a few shots at this. This is very hard wood. I could have just ended the video there. There. That was a mammoth hit. All right, let's try and get rid of that piece. Oh my goodness. Wow. This thing is a hacker. This thing is a hacker. That is some really hard wood. Let's see here. Yeah, you could still do your more delicate fine work. You can still feather and do all the pretty stuff with it. But that's not what it is. That's not what it is. This thing's a banger. This thing is an absolute nasty banger. It is awesome. All right, so I want to see if I can get closer and have you guys really see the impact. Let's see, I just see a glare, so that means this has got to come down. All right, let's swing. Let's see if we can't make a pretty big, you hear that, make a pretty big dent in this thing. This blade is made to swing, and I'm not having to struggle with the swing. It's just going. It's just going. All right, that was weird. I had a phone call. All right, so again, I was hacking. Let's see. Wow. Wow. Oh, I thought I had a fold. It was just dirt. Woo! I was like, oh no, I had a fold. Look at that. Look at that. I'm trying to chop this way into a tiny branch without getting my hand caught. Why do I risk my hand? Oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. This thing's awesome. This is fun to swing. I gotta be careful, this is all metal right there. Whew. I forget the nerve endings in this thumb So when I hit, this doesn't bend. So when I do this, it hurts. And then this one, I can't use this finger. So I'm going to try. Oh. One hand with one thumb, one hand with one missing finger. But one knife that doesn't miss. I have to say, this thing's pretty incredible. This thing is pretty incredible. If you're looking for that home defense, self-defense, you're going hiking, you want to bring something that you know nobody else has. You want to bring something that you pull out and somebody sees that and goes, what is this thing? This is something special. I wonder. Oh, I would need a smaller branch, but it looks like you can saw a little bit. Let's see if I can break that off. You could saw a little bit with this thing if it was attached. It would be much easier. So that's not what it's for. That's not what it's for, but that's fun. Look at that. Oh my gosh. This thing is incredible. Guys, winter, chicken dinner all day long. This is amazing. This grip, when I design my grips, I tend to design them one size smaller than my hand. So pretty much anybody can grab this and just love it. And I think I accomplished that because this is really comfortable. Let's see if we can just hit a bigger piece here without ranging through my hand here. Oh. This thing is awesome. This thing is. We got the sunset behind us. We got the mountains behind us. But we got that right in front of us. This is one of the most fun knives I think I've ever designed. This thing is just fun. Oh, look at that with the sun. Breaking this. Oh, let's get the sun inside the bite. Ah, that's all. All right, so I'm not gonna drag this on too long, but golly, that's amazing. All right, so what we learned is that the KHHI House, KHHI Nepal, is no freaking joke. Knife making. Anybody could say anything they want on a tabletop and they could say, oh, those don't work, or those aren't this, or those aren't that. When you're hitting the trees as hard as the one I just hit, and this knife still looks absolutely stellar, something's been done right. So get over to the KHHI House. It's not online yet, but just like always, it's usually within a week around there, after the video comes out, before they go online. But you can always contact the KHHI House either on Facebook, Instagram. Just go right to the KHHI House itself, and you can say, hey, I'm really interested in a dbad Zombie Slayer. There's only one. They're going to know what it is. And you can get one before they even go up for sale. So this is phenomenal. Guys, I wish I could just put it in your hands so everybody can feel it, to know what I'm saying and know what I'm talking about. This is amazing. This is a great freaking knife. All right, so that's it for this one. I am Donnie B all day. This is the freaking KHHI House in Nepal. Holy Moses. And until next knife.